All right, time now for this hour's car review. The 2025 Chevrolet Silverado EV. Final assembly location, Detroit Hamtramck Assembly, which has also been renamed Factory Zero. Did you know that?
No.
Well, now you do. Available trim levels, LT Extended Range, RST Extended Range, and RST Max Range. I don't know what the difference is between the Extended and the Max, but I had the half-ton standard pickup truck, and it was the LT Extended Range. Seats, including the driver, 5. All new in 2024. No changes really this year. Closed nose with slit lighting. It's attractive. Yeah. It looks pretty darn good, if you ask me. Sail panel at the cab rear reminds one and all that this must have some sort of avalanche
theme.
Yeah. And more so is the actual panel that goes between the cab and the trunk. And that
the rear window area?
The rear window, that whole panel back there, including the rear window, comes out.
Oh, wow.
And you can extend the bed up to 10 feet, 10 inches.
Wow.
So it's unique, and I think it's a good deal. Big, oversized, squared-off wheel openings, typical of Chevy. Black plastic wheel opening trim and black bumper. Okay. What I like, the overall look is very good. Multi-tailgate and step bumper is also great. And that multi-function tailgate, it actually helps with the load, especially when you've got that midgate open, so you can put your, what they put in there, a Fiat when the Avalanche came out. Remember that?
I remember that. They put something in there.
Yeah. Anyway, inside, the interior highlights, a very layered look, instrument cluster and infotainment screens. They work together nicely, and it's a nice-looking look. So, in other words, the instrument cluster is in front of the infotainment screen, but they're right there together, runs across the dash. You can see it in that picture right there. Controls, easy to use with intuitive placement. Avalanche multifunction midgate extends the bed viability, usability to almost 11 feet. Quiet inside this cab. Cargo trunk room, well, the frunk is a bonus, and I cannot remember that it's up there. Because I'm driving a pickup truck. Who remembers that there's a trunk up front?
Exactly.
Did you open it?
I did.
How did you close it?
I had to pull the hook down to make it come down.
Couldn't find a button any place to make it come down.
What is wrong with that?
If you go inside and push the button inside the cab again, it'll come down.
I know, but
it's like a tailgate in front.
But there's no push button to bring it down.
I don't understand that, but maybe Jack Nerad knows something.
He probably does.
He's shaking his head.
What I liked about it, the multifunction center console is outstanding, and I say multifunction because it is. It's got slides in it. The door opens up. It's got the phone charger. All the good stuff is inside there. What could use improvement? Seating is a little firm for my old body.
Mm-hmm. It's firm in the back there, too.
Yeah. Drivetrain. Well, obviously, it's an electric, so it's a direct drive. No transmission, 10,000-pound tow rating, haul rating 1,500 pounds. But just remember,
it's a lot of donkeys.
It's electric, and you're going to suck up all of that charge if you put like a big trailer back there and a big load of gravel in the back. It's going to use it up pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. It's advertised up to 484 miles on a single charge. That's a lot. But from my experience, you're going to have to feather the throttle at about 45 miles an hour all the way up to Dallas and back to get that 484 miles. I traveled 404.8 miles, and I got 2 miles per kilowatt hour. I don't know what the hell that means.
I don't either.
Do you know that? Do you know what that means, Mark?
There's a conversion tool that you can use?
No, I'm not going to use a conversion tool.
Okay.
You used the conversion tool.
I did.
Did you?
You did.
Good for you. I'm happy for you. I'll tell you what, my electricity bill should go up. What did you say?
Happy.
What I liked about it, plenty of power, and it's quiet. What could use improvement? Charging infrastructure that has nothing to do with this vehicle or any electric car other than the fact that you can't find a damn place to plug it in. That's a problem. Mm-hmm. Still, I went up there to the Whole Foods EV Go fast charging station. I'm sorry, it's out of order. It's been out of order for over a year.
It's never been in order.
Ride and handling, smooth, but it feels really heavy to drive. Base trim price, $73,100. Prices tested on this Chevy, $83,090. Base model price, $73,100. Competitors, the Ford F-150 Lightning, the Rivian R1T, and the GMC Sierra. And, the fancier you get, the more it's going to cost you, just like everything else.
So would Tesla be in that comparison or not? In a way, further down the line?
That's what they say, but I'm sorry, I don't see it.
Gotcha.
And, you have to decide for yourself.
Understood.
If you want an electric truck, which I don't particularly understand the thought process behind that, other than the fact that bragging rights, hey, I got an electric truck.
Saving the planet.
Yeah. Then I don't quite understand it all, but that is what it is. That's my review of the 25 Chevy Silverado EV. I will ask you, if you're going to go out and look at trucks, look at this. It's worth a shot. It's a good-looking truck.
It's a nice truck. Yeah, it is.
Very much so. All right. If you like this today, time now for Jeff's Car Culture, and it is going to be 1960s land yachts.
Yeah, the top 5 biggest American cars from the 60s, and here we go. The streets of America needed something new in the 1960s. As cities grew and highways stretched across the nation, drivers wanted more than basic transportation. Detroit answered with big, bold designs like Pontiac's wide track, the Galaxy's wraparound windshield. These designs reflected a national growing optimism in America. So here we go. The first one is a 1965 Oldsmobile 98. In the hierarchy of General Motors' prestige divisions, the 98 represented Oldsmobile's finest engineering achievements. The distinctive split grille design, paired with quad headlamps set in chrome bezels, established a premium presence. A total length, Don, of 222 inches created commanding proportions.
Yeah.
While restrained use of bright work reflected the division's engineering focus on reputation. The next one we have is a 1964 Buick Electra 225, deuce and a quarter, call it what you will, it's awesome. Named for its impressive length, the deuce and a quarter represented Buick's interpretation of premium motoring. Venti ports along the front fenders continued a Buick tradition dated from 1949. Check this out. The signature Dollar Grin grille featured 225 individual squares, demonstrated the division's attention to detail, hence that's where you get the 225. The Delta Wing tail lamps provided a distinctive nighttime signature that became instantly recognizable on American highways. Gorgeous. The next one we have is a 1966 Chrysler Imperial Crown. This is a nice vehicle. Competing directly against Cadillac, the Imperial established its own unique place in American luxury. Freestanding headlamps, a signature design element since 1961, created an instantaneously recognizable facade. The distinctive gun sight tail lamps, mounted 227 inches from the front bumper, served as a testament to the car's impressive scale. Engineering investments included torsion bar suspension, which at the time were praised for their superior handling. The number 2, here we go, Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham. Cadillac's position as America's standard of luxury found its fullness expressed in the Fleetwood Brougham. The formal roofline, enhanced by a 130-inch wheelbase, that's a big one, established proper proportions for a prestigious vehicle.
I always used to call that the Broham.
Yeah, that's what I do too. Double clear coat paint finishes require extra production time, reflecting the division's emphasis on exterior quality. Minimal bright trim along the body size demonstrated a restraint in contemporary, and critics praised it. The formal C-pillar design became an industry standard for luxury car profiles. And the number 1 is a 1968 Cadillac Series 75 limousine. As a pinnacle of General Motors' passenger car lineup, the Series 75 embodied the ultimate in luxury motoring. A wheelbase of 149.8 inches provided the foundation for proper limousine proportions. The formal roof design incorporated 3.5 inches of additional headroom for rear compartment passengers, which is good. Unique rear doors, longer than the standard Cadillacs. The facade gracefully enters and exits. So there you go.
Great. Well, that's big.
That's a big one. She's a big
Can't
one.
really understand what we were thinking back in the day when we decided to have those humongous cars.
Well, we were building roads back then, and they wanted to fill the roads up.
Well, apparently they did that quite
and
well.
it was like luxury. It was styling. It was
all the things that apparently America wanted.
right.
All right, time. All right, time now for this hour's car review. Mr. Mars has the GMC Sierra Denali EV.
Now, I was surprised to learn that this vehicle, this is the second year of this vehicle. They actually have one in 2024. So it is the 2025 GMC Sierra Denali EV, and it comes in two trim levels. You have the Denali Extended Range, or you have the Denali Max Range. We happen to be driving the Max Range. Both are four-wheel drive, short bed, four-door vehicles, the difference being in the range of the vehicles, and that's basically it. Seats 5 passengers. Up front, you're going to find the GMC badge and grille. It's got illuminated, which is kind of a nice, a little different look to it with the whole EV styling that goes into it. It's got assist steps, which are nice to have because it is rolling on some nice 24-inch aluminum wheels, so you got to step up into it. Panoramic sunroof. Had the front E-trunk with a power hood on it. And we had also the Multi-Pro midgate that Don mentioned that gets you almost 11 feet of bed length. We also had the Multi-Pro tailgate, which goes in back where the cargo, you actually put that cargo in, and we had some nice cargo lighting in there. And I did actually take that back glass out, and I took the panels out. But the crossbar that goes across there that looks like it's part of the structure that the pictures show comes out, I didn't have enough guts to take it out because I was afraid I couldn't get it back in there after I got the glass and everything else back in it. But it was kind of interesting. Very much avalanche type styling, and I like it, and I think they should have called it that. Going on into the interior, we had the Denali interior, leather seating surfaces. The front seats are heated and ventilated. The second row has heated on the outboard positions, and it is fold up, and it's got storage underneath it. We had the 19.8-inch touchscreen that's there in the middle of the dash. That's where we're going to get the infotainment system, the surround view camera. All your convenience controls are all right in there. In fact, they've moved even more controls up in there instead of having buttons. That are you got to kind of look for some of it. Had the heads-up display, which worked really well. Wireless charger, USB ports, all that kind of technology is in there, including a 7-speaker Bose Premium Auto system with subwoofers on it. Worked really well whenever you cranked it up. Mm-hmm. Now, we had it's the 2-motor performance E 4-wheel drive system in it, 760 horsepower equivalent, 785 pound-feet of torque. Now, here's where you get into the difference between the two trim levels. This max range has 460-mile range. It's like a 70-mile difference is the way that the range is listed between it and the other trim level. It is a direct drive transmission. It's rated to tow 10,500 pounds with a 1350 payload. Now, its extended range was 390, and this one is 460. Now, I drove this vehicle 203.6 miles. I will tell you I was a little apprehensive about it because typically the vehicles that have 260, 280, 300-mile range, I can't get that out of it the way I drive, so I can't drive it over here to the studio because I don't have the time to sit there for 10 hours to recharge it and then get back home.
10 hours?
Well, if you plug it into 110.
You're not going to plug it into 110. You got to put that on a fast charger.
Yeah, you got to go find one. But even on a fast charger, it takes a while. It took me to go from 52% to 90 took an hour and a half on this vehicle. But again, it's a bigger battery and it takes a lot more juice to crank it up. I will also say performance-wise, it does say it is a 4-motor performance E 4-wheel drive. It's projected to go 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds.
Wow.
This is an 8,600-pound vehicle. 4.5 seconds, it will, I can't argue with it. I firmly believe that it will do every bit of that. Now, as far as the ride drive goes, it has the Air Ride adaptive suspension on it. You can adjust the suspension up and down 2 inches, but it's got a surprisingly smooth ride. I think a lot of that is because of the weight. I think a lot of it's because of the 24-inch wheeled and tire combination that's on it. And it's also very quiet on the inside. Electric vehicles, you expect them to be kind of quiet, but when you're out on the highway doing highway speeds out here on Racetrack 10, you pick up a little bit of road noise, but it's easily erased with the Bose audio system. It'll take care of that nonsense. Now, the base model price on this vehicle is $91,995. I will tell you the base trim price is $98,400. Again, only two trims.
But how much was yours, Mike?
As tested, MSRP is $101,950. But I will tell you. Well, let me tell you this first.
Well,
The
hurry up.
Ford Lightning F-150 starts at $62,900. The Hummer EV truck starts at $96,000. Tesla Cybertruck at $79,000, and the Rivian starts at $69,900. So there's a wide range in pricing and stuff there. But I think if all the EVs could build the capacity or build the way this one's built, to where you could literally say, I can drive 300-400 miles out of a 460-mile range, then and drive as well as this one does, I think they would sell a lot more EVs. I like this truck, and if you're going to spend that kind of money, you better get one you like. And that's my review.
I know that it's on your buy list, isn't it?
Yeah, buy my list over here on the
Bye-bye.
other side.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
exactly. The NML Time Car Talk.